Continuing on with our detail strip, the next step is to begin the disassembly of the lower portion. Now, this version comes with a one-piece ergonomic grip that they call it, and the book here references to use the specialty tool included with it. I own 2 SIG handguns and I don't have any such tool, but the way that I've always got them off is I pry this edge back a little and I'll put a little bit of a wedge underneath it, which is what we're going to do here. And then of course, because it says that there's a specialty tool, but there is not in either of the boxes, so we're going to have to fight with it. Come on. There we go. Let's see, once it starts going, it's not too difficult. But the thing to remember is this is covering several small springs, so you don't want to just yank it off. You have one spring right there and another spring on the other side. So now, once this is disassembled, you want to make sure you have the hammer in the down position so it removes tension off this spring. We'll set this ergonomic grip to the side. So now once this is removed, we can, we're going to slowly push this portion up. Now this is under a lot of spring tension, so you want to be very careful that you don't lose this. Oh man, I'm worried that's going to go flying. Let's see. Just get your flathead. There we go. Now this should all come out. We'll set that to the side. Try to keep it as simple as possible. Yeah, this is, of course, removing the trigger. Yeah, so now the key thing to remove your takedown lever and your locking block, you actually have to rotate it from the 12, or from the 6 o'clock position. You rotate it up to the 12, and when it's in the 12, it should be clear of the spring catch that holds it. You might have to spin it a little bit to get it free. Now, once this piece is out, it has to come up at a slight angle. There we go. And a lot of the times that spring can catch you on the way out. But that spring is hooked in with a little pigtail, but we're going to keep that together so I don't lose that. So we have the locking block out. Now, okay, locking insert can remove. Okay, yeah, already got that. Slide catch lever spring 19 is attached to the locking insert. Yep, that was the pigtail we talked about. Lay the frame on the left side of the frame and use your fingers or needle nose pliers to remove the trigger bar spring 23. Let's just make sure we got that right, don't want to be messing this up. So So the trigger bar spring 23. There we go. And we set it this way. This is your trigger bar spring, which is hooked right in there into your trigger. It should just pull down and come out. And it should also have a little tail on it. There we go. Set that to the side. And you saw my slide catch flopped over, but it's still held by this bar here. Now, with the trigger bar spring disconnected, the trigger should move freely because there's no tension on that spring. And at this point, we should be able to, utilizing a small punch, push. Now once this comes out, this will allow us to take our slide catch. We'll set it there. As well as, sometimes you gotta work it a little bit. Here we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we have our trigger, which is just basically setting on this. Okay, let's verify. Now, in my opinion, we're at the point where I know I could go further, but the tools that I believe I got, I went and I looked up. Like I could remove this pin and disassemble this, but the slave pin that, well, what I thought I got that would be the correct size slave pin isn't the right size, and I don't want to risk trying to make my own. While I have this broke down, I do believe I'm going to change that magazine catch to the other side, as I am a left-handed shooter. But as you can see, there's 2 pins here, which would enable me to remove my my hammer and just the other assemblies that are right inside there. I'm going to go ahead and put this all back together, and I'll come back in a minute with the video, and hopefully everything will work correct.